Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Sin Permiso, a Latina lifestyle podcast. Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Sin Permiso podcast, a Latina lifestyle podcast. And today I have with us Alberto Vasallo, CEO of El Mundo newspaper, which, by the way, is 52 years old. One of the top Latino newspapers, long-standing.
The oldest. And please remember, the newspaper's 52. I'm much younger. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course, because you're Alberto Vasallo III.
Yes. My father's junior. I am the third. Yes.
So today ought to be interesting because you've done possibly, you said, over 5,000 interviews.
Yeah, easily between the 27 years at Channel 7, La Hora del Café, not just this iteration, which is you were a guest live stream, but La Hora del Café actually started on the radio. And I did that for 10 years, open mic radio. So between that, El Mundo interviews, that's how I started. Probably, yeah, I would say between 5,000 and 7,000, I'd say.
Well, tú eres un personaje in your own right. You're famous here in our community. So first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you to you and your family for being such an example, right? To all of us that have come shortly after, my dear, and, have taught us that communication, media, and real estate can be vehicles to success. So a lot of what we talk about here on the podcast, Alberto, is, the money mindset, the Latino money mindset. And I like to interview people who have been successful through different types of industries. But what's interesting about you and your family is, although you're known for El Mundo newspaper y obviamente la televisión, son personajes, les ha ido súper bien con real estate, los bienes raíces. Cuéntenos, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the economics of it is media companies, or at least small-sized media companies like ours, are not the money makers. They're not the money makers. What really impulsó a mi familia y a mi papá económicamente fue los edificios, los buildings, el real estate. Cuando él llegó aquí, when he got here in the 60s, shortly thereafter, as a very young man, him and my uncle bought what's called now prime real estate in Jamaica Plain when they were giving it away.
The famous Center Street.
Famous Center Street is owned almost by the Vasallos, right? For many years, and we still have it. It's incredible passive income because that's been paid for long time ago. You have 7 units, commercial real estate, and the value of that property keeps going up. So that's the economic basis from that. Obviously, I own my own home. My father owns his own home. My sister owns her own home. You really kind of go down the list of all of the assets that you have. So it's been through real estate more. The media is a great platform, and it helps you in other areas. But it is not where, let's just say, we got a financial independence from.
We talk about this, in NAREP, in the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. They come out with the Hispanic Wealth Report. And we know this, that generational wealth is produced through real estate, right? And that's what, the whites have known, and that's why they have been able to, they're born into generational, wealth. But for us as Latinos, second generation, first generation, we're creating this, right? And we're lucky enough that some of our parents, like your dad came from Cuba, and he was able to right away see, it's the pride of home ownership for the Latinos, but he was able to see what real estate could do for his family, and then, have the secondary and the third business. So basically, you guys are a product of what real estate does. So you're in the media. You love, I thank you for inviting me to La Hora del Café. It was so much fun. One thing I want to say to you is, you're known for, being this persona, being in the media. I know in the clubs you used to be, do promoting the newspaper, everything you're known for. But I want to say, I saw another side of you when you had La Hora del Café, when you invited me. You brought on this young girl who's a singer. And I see the philanthropy in you. You help people a lot, right? We've asked you to speak at events. You never say no. I just find that it's empowering to know that there's people like you within our community that are able to give, motivate others through what they do, give their time, and, and inspire. And I think that that's kind of the legacy that we have as people within our community. So I wanted to ask you, for anybody that is, starting out and is interested in media and communications, What are a few tips that you can give them that you think that would help them get ahead a little quicker?
Well, there's the basics of showing up, being persistent. It's a very competitive, very, very competitive. But in today's day and age, very different than when I was coming up, is don't fall into the scandalous and the bait and switch and the trying to get the gotcha moment on an interview. I've always said that there's a philosophy in journalism, especially in like the 60 Minutes types and the Globe. Oh, you would never give the questions ahead of time to the person you're interviewing. It's one philosophy.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's quite interesting.
I never believed in that. I've never believed in that because I look at the other way is I'm not trying to catch you. I actually want exactly the answer to the question that I'm asking. And as a matter of fact, I want you to think about it and I want you to give me the answer. Whereas many media outlets want to surprise you with a question so that you give an answer that maybe you don't even mean.
Catch you off guard.
And they catch you off guard, and then that's the headline. And then you've got to apologize, but I made my name because I did that. I never agree to that. So to young journalists, I don't like that philosophy. And the other one is, which is a tough one, is bad news travels 7 times faster than good news. So you have to be, in the case of El Mundo, be very persistent in if you want to elevate Latinos, which is the role of El Mundo. It is not going to tell you about the drug deal, the arrests, the rape charges, this. That's all. I leave that up for my colleagues in other media outlets. El Mundo tries to elevate, and that's not always the sexiest subject matter.
Yep.
That's what La Hora del Café is all about. La Hora del Café is a community affairs show, but we make it funny. We make it high energy. Because if I just came out and said, bueno, hoy tenemos a Peggy y Peggy no va a hablar de...
A las 7 de la mañana.
No one's going to watch it.
No.
Vamos a hablar de real estate. No. Or life insurance. No. Now, but if I come and go, Peggy is dynamic. Oh, by the way, she's making a lot of money. How is she making a lot of money? I'll tell you in a second. Oh, that's different. So that's kind
So
of
it's grabber. It's grab the attention. It's attention grabbers. Keep it away.
But keep it
them on their
positive.
feet.
But
Keep it
positive.
Oh, very interesting. Positive. Because I wanted to ask you about the good, the bad, and the ugly of media. And you basically already gave me the ugly, which is catch people off their feet and have them.
Well, it's that
mess up.
pressure. You do have that pressure, right? So sometimes it's the media outlet. Media outlets are under pressure to try to beat each other up, right? To got to get the scoop.
To be sensational.
To be sensational, be the first one, to be all that. So that's what I'm saying is if you're young, I don't subscribe to that. And then the other stuff, again, the more practical, be on time. Composure. Oh my God, composure. Success, failure in baseball. A great baseball player.
You love baseball.
I love
Let's
baseball.
talk about that.
And in baseball, the greatest players, batters, fail 70% of the time. Okay? If you have a 300 average in baseball, you're one of the top of all time. So that means you're failing 7 times. In life, that's how it is too. It's like that in sales, which, by the way, people think that I spend all my time doing interviews and all that. I'm a selling CEO. I have a fiduciary responsibility to generate revenue for El Mundo. So I go with the sales team, we do the pitch, and we're after the big corporations to spend money on El Mundo so we can pay the bills.
Of course.
So that's part of this whole kind of show up, be professional, and never give up because if out of 10 sales presentations that we do, if I get 2 or 3, I'm a happy camper.
So that's very similar to all sales, right? Especially like in real estate in my industry. People say, oh my God, we make it look so easy. We make it look fabulous. Oh, you're on vacation, this and that. But they don't understand the pressure that we're under, how we have to be the middleman and negotiate amongst people that are arguing, be getting divorced, fighting, the disgusting basements we go into. How many times did we get doors slammed in our face? How many times did we get the phone hung up on our face? It's persistency. It's consistency. So I agree with you. Pretty much in everything that's sales, it's consistency in order to be successful.
And the other thing that I've learned over the years, and my father did teach me this, sales is all about relationship. It's not transactional. People will do business with you if they like you. If they like you. So I like you, and maybe the other agent is going to charge me a little bit less. Or the other pastry shop, it's a little less than Luberto's. But I like Luberto. I like Dan. I love Luberto. Exactly. And so you don't look at the price. You go, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this, and I'm supporting this. And there are restaurants, I imagine, that you go that are pricey, but you like it.
Exactly.
It's a
That's
relationship
what
you
it's
have.
about. Everything's about relationship. So while we're on that subject, what else did you learn from your dad about money
Everything.
and mindset?
Everything. My father's been one of the, I would say that as I look back now over the years, and I'm now, as you get older, you tend to look at your parents as wiser people. You're like, wow, they were right. In my father's case, more than any human being, he was so wise ahead of his time. His advice to me when I was younger have all come true. I remember he said, in Spanish, but what is right is not always popular. What is popular is not always right. And now that I'm older,
Yep.
I see that more, right? And he was always saving for a rainy day. You know, he would always find, why are you going to buy the $3,000 suit, one $3,000 suit? Mira, cómprate 10 a 300 pesos, que te va a ir mejor.
Things that you don't spend money on anymore as you become wiser. We were just talking about that. Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
We lose them all the time.
I'll break them. I don't lose them. I don't need them. It ain't going to change the look of my face. I'll get the one from CVS. They look like Ray-Bans, but they're really not.
They're Fay-Bands.
Yeah.
So buy 10 suits at $300. You know what? That's what the people are doing nowadays. But what do they think Shane and Fashion Nova are so popular? Social media, we can't wear the same dress
No, this is
anymore.
I've always said it's how the clothes look on you.
It's how you wear it.
How you wear. We all have different bodies. You have different ways, right? Some colors I know don't look good on me, right? Others that do look good on me. So I go with that. So that's always been my philosophy. And my father was the one who taught me that.
So he taught you to be smarter with your money, clearly to invest your money. And I also feel like he showed you to just go for your dreams, go for what you want to do.
But more than that is there are 10 things that I tell my nephews, I tell my interns that are like the formula for success. And this generation does not know poise, courtesy, patience, respect, discipline, first impression, no swearing, on time. Like if you follow this, but think about how many, well, I don't want to just criticize our young people, but just let's concentrate on that's not being handed down, right? You've got these kids on the streets. They don't say hi. They don't say. That's the one thing I love about going to Latin America.
Yes. Buenos dias in the elevator. Perfect street.
Buenos dias. Kids. Buenos dias. Sí, señor. Whatever.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, right? Exactly. So that's the one thing that instilled in my father. He did like a list of things, and I just followed it. You just follow it, you know? Be nice to people. Be courteous.
You never know what that person is going through that day, right? They always say that, have patience, have tolerance. You don't know what just happened to that person that morning,
Empathy.
why they are like that.
Empathy. But the biggest in business, the biggest.
Okay, this is good. I wanted to end with
This is
something
the
like
biggest
this.
that my father told me when I was very little, okay? He said, nunca desprecia a ninguna otra persona, porque esa persona, quizás ahora tú crees que está debajo de ti, aunque ningún ser estaba debajo de otro, pero mañana tú no sabes dónde va a estar. And I've seen that. So what he meant was when you have a big client and you have a little guy who wants to put a little ad in the paper, right? You have the big client. No, don't look down on the little client, because that little client one day could grow into a big client and they don't remember. And cuando él daba baile, I used to see it too with artists. So artists would always come that are not known. And then when they become
He gave them their big break.
and then they never forget. So Elvis Crespo, Olga Tañón, in my case, Romeo Santos, Pedro Martinez, Alex
I was
Rodriguez.
at the Romeo Santos event. I have a picture. I think I was like 20.
You remember that?
Yes.
Which one?
When you guys brought him, he was brand new. Nobody knew
Yeah.
who he was. I have pictures with him.
Yes.
Wow.
Nobody knew him. And I just paid for the bus. I didn't pay for them.
That's a great, great, great tidbit. Thank you for the golden nuggets, Alberto. And thank you for, like I said, being that person, ese personaje, esa persona motivadora, ese ejemplo en la comunidad. Y siempre, when we call you for this event, for that event, thank you for showing up, and thank you and good luck on La Hora del Café. It's so interesting. It's exciting. And thank you for inviting me to your new gig.
Oh, the GBH. But I am a big fan of NAREP.
You are.
I love what it's about. I love the events. I love what it stands for. And you guys are all about generational wealth.
That's it.
And I love that.
Pay it forward, pass it along, and share. Gracias por venir hoy.
Well, this was awesome.
Thank you.
Sin permiso.
A Latina Lifestyle Podcast.